Namaskar. So welcome friends to the first Facebook Live session for Smart India Hackathon 2019. As you are aware that for last 3 months there is a lot of buzz around Smart India Hackathon 2019, problem statements we are going to launch. Then day before yesterday we had a big advertisement in paper announcing that we have launched the problem statements for 2019 Smart India Hackathon. So first 2017 Hackathon, we only focused on software edition. Then in 2018 Smart India Hackathon, we had both software edition as well as hardware edition. For 2019 Hackathon, we are also improvising more, where we will have software edition, hardware edition, but this time the problem statements are also going to come from private organizations. So for the first hackathon, we had only central government organizations participating in it. So we had about 26 ministries and other allied agencies of central government. Then in 2018, we had 27 ministries plus 17 state governments. And this year, I am extremely happy to announce that we have more than 90 private organizations on board and about 18 ministries on board. So the organizations together, we have jumped from 44 last year to 108, 109 organizations this year. So we have more problem statements for you to solve. We expect better participation, and more importantly, post hackathon, you will able to work with these private organizations to take the projects forward. In 2017 hackathon and in 2018 SIH, we realized that hackathon is very good solutions are coming out of it, but taking those solutions forward sometimes becomes a bit of a tedious task because of government bureaucracy, because of sometimes slow movement of files, and hence we decided this year that we will go to private organizations which are far more efficient, and we will request them to submit their problem statements. For them also it's a new experiment where they are actually engaging with a national initiative, sharing their problems for the first time in public domain, because you can realize that there is a lot of competition amongst these private players to get market share. So for them also it's an experiment. For us is also a good experiment to do, and we hope that this year we will have a bumper success in taking projects from Smart India Hackathon, especially after the grand finale, forward. And to our pleasure and to your pleasure, we have best of the brands actually giving problem statements. For example, brand like Maruti Suzuki, Unilever, TVS, Tata's, Mahindras, Bajaj, Marico Industries, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, you name them, the best of the brands are with us. Indian Oil. There are such Paytm, Pepperfry, and these are the best brands in India currently actually driving India's economy, and they have given about 3 to 5 problem statements per in this. So totally I think we have 450 plus problem statements. We will be adding few more in next couple of days. My internal team is working on it to review it, and I think we will have around somewhere around 470, 475 problem statements finally. But that figure we will announce in next couple of days soon. But majority of the problem statements are already uploaded. So we want you to go ahead, look at them and attack. Apart from that, the good government organizations which are very, very keen on getting associated like last time are with us this year also, like ISRO, then Department of Atomic Energy, Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Road Transport, AICT, MHRD, because it's our initiative, so they are also with us. And there are about, as I said, about 108, 109 organizations which are giving out 450 plus problem statements. Another important thing which we have done is that last year every ministry only gave 3 prizes. But this year we have decided to put a prize for every problem statement. So what we have asked ministries and companies to do is to divide their problem statements into 3 categories. One is simple, which is easy to attack and easily is solvable. Then a middle level is complicated, where more efforts need to be put. And the third category is highly complex problem statement. So the prize money associated with these 3 types of problem statement is also different. If you have a simple problem, then it's 50,000 rupees prize. If you attack complicated problem or the middle level problem, it is 75,000 rupees prize. And if you are really attempting a complex problem, then 1 lakh rupee prize. So this year, if we have 475 problem statements finally, then there are 475 prizes for you to grab. You know, it's a big jump in prize money which we are putting out this year. Last year we were giving anywhere around 120, 130 prizes, because some of the private players also used to come and give their prizes from KPIT, from Deloitte. So this year we will also ask those private players to give prizes. But apart from that, ministries or private organizations who are giving problem statements, they are going to give their prizes for each and every problem statement. Apart from that, the evaluation process is also a bit different, because these organizations have given the problem statements. We are going to use team of evaluators from these organizations to evaluate your entries. So your entries will be far efficiently and professionally evaluated by the experts in the field. Then the evaluation criteria, like last time, will deal with novelty, then which idea you are, whether the feasibility of that idea, market readiness of the idea, market potential of that idea, and how the company or the organization is perceiving your solution, whether it's fit into their larger ecosystem. So these are the few really good criteria, and these are the same criteria we had used last year or for last couple of years while we were evaluating your ideas. So problem statements are out. Most important thing which I would like you to remember, and please, it's important, it's really important, don't ignore it, is the last date for your idea submission. This year, means 2019, we will have elections. So there are a lot of government machinery will start working into that. So we may not have the bandwidth later to actually do the entire hackathon. So we have slightly preponed the dates, and we are going to be very strict with the deadlines. So the last date of submission of ideas is 20th of January. So please don't miss that deadline. We are not going to extend that deadline. Okay, it's a final deadline. Usually last year and during the first session of the hackathon, or the first edition of hackathon, we actually increased the date twice or thrice, deadline for submission. But this year it's not going to be possible. So please submit your ideas before 20th of January. Avoid 20th January, because we could see last year that large number of students try to submit, and then the load on server is too high, and sometimes students are not in position to submit, or they don't get opportunity to submit because sometimes it crashes and those. We are trying to we will try to ensure that this doesn't happen, but still I will request you not to rush on the last day. You can, if you plan properly from right now, you will able to submit ideas well on time. So this is very important. Then till last year, we used to actually announce dates of hackathon after the evaluation process, depending upon our preparation, how many teams are getting selected. So based on that, we used to select nodal centers. But this year, we have announced the dates right now itself, or we have quite, you already know the dates. So for the software hackathon grand finale, the dates are 9th and 10th of March. Okay, so we are still working on number of centers, but we hope to announce the list of centers this month itself. So some of the students who are hopeful and who think that they will actually get selected can go ahead, book their tickets based upon their centers, and if they don't get selected, or they can always go ahead and cancel those tickets. But to avoid, you may be there are hardly any cancellation charges. Maybe you will lose 50 rupees or so, not more than that. But we are trying to, we will try to announce all the centers and problem statements per center by end of December itself, so that you can plan your journey, your trip accordingly. So this is another very, very important point which you all should note. Now the third point, we usually used to do trainings of students post announcement of results. But this year, we are going to change that pattern. We will start training in first week of January itself. Whether you are selected or you are not selected, everyone is welcome to join those trainings. So that schedule also we will announce soon. It will be a month-long daily sessions. We will put out the schedule. We will circulate it. We will ensure that each one of you is aware. And trainings will be not just basic trainings like Java or computer architecture or software architecture. It will also involve design thinking, critical thinking, mind map development, and those kind of things, which will be really useful to you when you are designing your application, when you are actually proposing your entry. So please join these trainings as soon as they are announced and actually get benefited by those trainings. We will announce the results on 10th of February, and then we will start actually AView sessions or Skype session, WebEx sessions with the company experts to solve your doubts. So that will happen in next 15-20 days, where the selected teams, and I am telling only selected teams, will get opportunity to clarify their doubts with the experts from the companies which have submitted those problem statements. And you can retweak based on their feedback. You can go ahead and retweak your strategy while you are coming for Smart India Hackathon Grand Finale. So these are the few basic things which you should remember. Now we will get into the registration process. So this year we are going to again make registration of SPOC mandatory. So what is SPOC? Single point of contact. SPOC has to be a fairly senior faculty in your organization. They have to go and register. Without SPOC registration, none of the teams will be allowed to give entries. So, so college has to nominate a SPOC. The college has to issue a nomination letter. The format is already given on the website. Then the SPOC goes, registers, upload that nomination letter, and then the college is ready, or the institute is ready to submit its ideas. So once you have formed the team, what you need to do is to go ahead and register. Once you register, the idea goes to, or your registration details goes to SPOC, and SPOC needs to verify those registration details. Once the SPOC actually verifies your registration details, he actually approves it, then only you are allowed to actually submit your idea. Once the idea is submitted, then again it will go to SPOC for further validation, that whether you have not submitted anything junk and those kind of things, or you have not played any mischief. And once the second round of validation by SPOC happens, then only your idea is actually submitted and it will be visible to us for evaluation. Okay? So this is the basic process. I will go through this process again. So step number 1, SPOC registration. SPOC registration, SPOC has to be a college faculty. Okay? And they cannot just go ahead, students cannot just go ahead and register on behalf of SPOC, because the letter needs to be uploaded which is signed by the authority, director, dean or principal of the college, authorizing that person to become a SPOC. So first is SPOC registration, then teams can go ahead and register their basic details. Once they register, those basic details will be diverted to SPOC for approval. Once the SPOC approval, so this is first level of approval, once the SPOCs approve, then the team can actually go ahead and submit ideas. So this is the second step. Once team submits the ideas, it again goes to SPOC for second level of approval, where the SPOC verifies the submission and then goes ahead and approves it, and it comes to us as a final submission. Okay? So just ensure that your SPOC validates 2 times per team. If you don't do that, your ideas will not be visible to us and we will not able to evaluate those ideas. So this is extremely critical. Now coming towards team formation. You may be aware, because large number of students, your seniors must have participated, or you must have participated in Smart India Hackathon edition, earlier editions. So we are going with the same format, 6 students per team. Okay? But this time again we are introducing the criteria which we had introduced first year, 1 girl compulsory. Initially, at least we want to ensure that every team has a girl, because we believe that girls need to be promoted, especially in technology side. So internally we have taken decision again this year, and we are re-experimenting with it, that have at least 1 girl member per team. Sometimes if the girls are not ready to travel, include 2, so that she has a company. Okay? So this is what we require, 6-member team from the same college, 1 or 2 girls per team, 1 girl is compulsory. Then you can go or have students across different faculties. So you can have someone from pharmacy, you can have someone from electrical engineering, someone from civil engineering, someone from mechanical engineering. We have no problem. But all the 6 members should be from same college or same institution. Different departments, fine. We are fine with it. So that's going to be the second criteria. Third criteria, each team, once they are formed, they can submit ideas to multiple problem statements. We are giving that liberty. So one team can submit ideas to 2, 3, 4 problem statements. They may be hardware problem statements, they may be software problem statements. You can choose as many as you want. But eventually, you will only get opportunity to work on 1 problem statement. And if you have selected multiple entries, we on the evaluation side, we will check and we will decide on which entry you will get opportunity to work for. So you have the liberty of submitting multiple entries, but the team has to be same, under same name. We don't want teams to change their team members, okay, for different submissions. So once you have formed a team, and once you have given a team name to that team, then that team as a whole can apply for multiple ideas. Okay. Apart from that, one student is not allowed to be part of multiple teams. So don't try to do that, that here I am a team leader, there I am a team member, or here I am a team member, there also I am a team member. Please don't do that, because we are not going to allow it. So team names remain same, okay, although you are submitting multiple submissions. Okay. So this is another important criteria. Then what is the third criteria? Is that we will announce the centers and you will have to travel to those centers. Okay. We will not give you flexibility of selecting the centers. If you say, if your problem statement is, for example, is allocated in Jaipur, you have to travel to Jaipur. We will bear the travel and stay cost for you, as we have done previously, but you will have to go and to the assigned center. So 6 members, like last time, we are also allowing 2 mentors per team. Okay. So mentors can be from academia, mentors can be from industry. Ideally, we suggest that at least you should have 1 mentor from industry. Try to approach your alumni, try to approach your seniors, get them on board as industry professional. So 1 academia, 1 prof can do, but try getting another person from industry. Then shortlisted candidates or shortlisted teams will be eligible for second class, sleeper class, what we say, train ticket or train journey by the shortest route. We will for some cases we will even consider bus tickets, AC Volvo buses, we can consider that. But we are not, please remember, we are not going to pay for air tickets or AC coaches. 2-tier AC coach, 3-tier AC coach, we are not going to give. We are only going to reimburse fare equivalent to sleeper class category. So if you are going to buy air tickets, or you are trying to buy, or if you will buy AC, then you have to bear the difference. Apart from that, all the team members, okay, need to upload, or a team needs to upload a certificate or a letter from college indicating that you are the team members. The format of that letter is also available on website. Okay. So it has to be again sealed and signed by your director, principal, head, some responsible person in your department or your college. So the format we have given. So you have to have 2 letters. One is SPOC, that approval letter for the SPOC. Apart from that, approval letter for the team, indicating the names of team members. Okay. So that is also extremely critical. So these are a few of the things which I believe will be necessary for you while the initial registration, and if required, I can take some questions. Please remember, friends, that this is the process of ideation. This is the process of actually thinking out of box. So we are looking for really good innovative ideas. Please try to think beyond the normal boundaries. Okay, please try to think beyond something which is obvious. For that, I would actually request you to talk to potential users, look into some of the concept of design thinking, critical thinking, try to identify who is your customer, try to think from customer's perspective what he will think, what he requires, what he wants, so that you will able to present or submit an idea which is worth considering. So I wish you all the best. Okay, apart from that, my team is indicating that I have missed 1 point. Yeah? So there is 1 point on student innovations. So for last 2 years, we had that category, and we are also this year going to go with that category called as student innovation. So if you are not attempting, what student innovation means? If you are not attempting a problem statement which is given by these companies or by ministries, but you have your own innovation which is different from the problem statements, then you can submit that innovation under student innovation category. So once you register, you will see two type of categories. One is actually going to the problem statements given by the agencies or companies, and second category is student category or student innovation category, where you can actually submit your own ideas, own innovations, and one center will be for that category also. So thank you very much, and I can take some questions now. So we will take few questions. Uh, so the first question is, how many teams can participate from one institution? Good question, and the answer is as many as possible. Okay, so there is no cap on number of teams per institution. We want to encourage as many students as possible to participate in the first round. So go ahead, form your teams, and submit your ideas. Second question, what is the deadline for SPOC registration? There is no such deadline for SPOC registration, but we will encourage SPOCs to register as early as possible, because the deadline for final submission of entries is 20th of January 2019, 20 January 2019. So, you have to ensure that SPOC registration, team submissions, two-step validation by SPOCs for all the teams is done before 20th of January. Okay. We will go for next question. Whether the format for submission is given. Yes, we have given the format. It has to be a PPT or a PDF version of a PPT. The format is given on the website and you have to submit in that format only. Please, students, understand that we are going to get thousands of submissions. Even if you add one slide extra to that submission, and if all the students do that, we have to look at thousands of slides. For example, last year our submission was somewhere around 17,000, 18,000 teams. If we have to see 17,000 additional slides, it makes our life extremely difficult. So please, please, please stick to the format. Don't unnecessarily give us additional information. If we require information, we will come back to you that can you further clarify or elaborate on particular information. So just stick to the format. For last 2 years, we were not very strict with the format because we were giving students opportunity to express themselves, but it actually made our life extremely difficult. So this year we are going to be a bit strict, and we are going to ask students to stick to the format. Okay. Next question, please. Multiple letters for multiple ideas? No. Only one letter per team. And once that is done, that team is eligible to submit as many submissions as possible. Okay. So only one letter. We don't want to have unnecessary documentation. Next question. We ourselves have to reach out to mentors? Yes. We tried providing mentors in first round, but sometimes the mentors were not comfortable with the students. Sometimes the students were not comfortable with mentors because many times they are strangers. So we have decided from last year that we will request students to identify their mentors. So you go and identify your mentors. We will recommend that one mentor can be faculty from your organization and one mentor may be an expert from industry who will actually help you compete at the highest level with best of the design, with best of the approach. So you have to reach out to your mentors. You have to identify your mentors. Next question, please. Will you be allowing one team to participate in both editions, hardware and software? Yes. We are going to allow best teams to participate in both the editions. So in March, we will have software edition, which is on 9th and 10th of March. And the hardware edition will be in second week of June. So students will have enough time to participate in both these editions. Next question. Simple, medium and complex categories will have 3 prizes each? No. There is going to be only one prize per problem statement. And the quality of that problem statement will define the quantum of the prize money. So if the problem is simple, then there is only 150,000 prize. Okay. If the quality of the problem statement is complicated or medium level, then there is only going to be 175,000 rupees prize. And if the problem is complex, then there is going to be only one, for that problem, 1 lakh rupee prize. So There will be no 3 prizes per problem statement. There will be only 1 prize per problem statements. So, if you have 470 problem statements, then you will have 470 prizes. I think I am very, very clear on this. Next question. Can you tell about training from Jan? Who can participate and what are the criteria? We will announce the training schedule in next couple of weeks and everyone can participate. The students who are participating in hackathon, they can also participate. The students who want to just gain knowledge, they can also participate. We want to spread knowledge. We want to actually train as many Indians as possible. So everyone is eligible to participate in that training. Next question, please. Can we have interactions with companies? Yes. You will have opportunity to interact with companies after the results are announced. Only selected teams will get opportunity to interact with experts from that company who have submitted those problem statements. Okay, so I am very clear on this again. Let's go to the next question. Can we register as a team of less than 6 members? No, currently we are not allowing that. We have looked into, based on our experiences, a small team, it is really very difficult for them to compete for 36 hours. So we are sticking to a format and we want to ensure that large number of students get opportunity to, and this is a national initiative. So have 6 members. We will advise you to have 6 members. So go ahead and create teams of 6 members. Next question. Sir, we can give solutions to multiple problems in one PPT? Absolutely no. You should submit multiple PPTs, different PPTs from different problem statements because the evaluators are going to be different. For example, if you are submitting a problem statement against a company, for example, Hero, they have given a problem and you are going to submit your entry, then people in that company, Hero company, will evaluate. If the other problem statement which you have submitted is from Unilever, then it will go to a completely different evaluator. So you have to submit different PPTs. Okay, and you have to follow the format. Next question. How many Spocks need per team? I think I am very clear on this and I will be repeating again that we want only 1 Spock per institution. We don't want multiple Spocks. Spocks means single point of contact for that institution. Okay, so only one Spock per institution. Next. In private sector idea submission, whether they will give some chance to enter into their companies? Yes. If you are a winner, then you will get opportunity to directly work on your project with the experts in that company. And that is the whole point of getting these companies on board. So post hackathon, the winning team gets opportunity to work very closely with the experts in that company to deliver solution on the problem statement which they have given. I think we can take the last question. If we have our end semester on that day, then what will you do? I don't think you will have end semester on 9th and 10th of March. We have checked with all major universities. So it will not be there on 9th and 10th of March. Okay? So question doesn't arise. But if we have missed any university and if you think that, then we are ready to talk to Vice Chancellor of that university to postpone the exams. Last year we have done that, but last year because the hackathon was on 30th and 31st of March, So we had to do it for a couple of institutions, not for all, only two universities, but we did that. And that is also one of the reasons why we have uh, decided on 9th and 10th of March as dates for grand finale. And we are sure that none of the universities will have exams. Okay? So I think I have taken most of your questions. One thing which I would like to share with you is the opportunity apart from working with these organizations, which sometimes we able to provide to students. Last month, we had a big initiative called as India-Singapore Joint Hackathon. Prime Minister was in Singapore a few months back and he suggested that India and Singapore should do a joint hackathon. Okay? So last month we had about 20 teams from India traveling to Singapore and competing with Singaporean teams there, 20 teams from Singapore. And one of the major criteria for selecting those 20 teams was your status in Smart India Hackathon, whether you were winners or runners up. So we only went to winners and runners up. We interviewed them and those teams were given opportunity to compete for Smart India Indo-Singapore Hackathon. This year we hope to have couple of more international hackathons like BIMSTEC hackathon or ASEAN hackathon. Still we have not worked out the program completely, so I will not able to commit anything on that. But if you are a winner, then you may also get such kind of international opportunities. So I will request all to join this initiative in big numbers. Last year we had a participation of 1 lakh students. This year we want to ensure participation of 2 lakh students. So go ahead, register in big numbers and actually submit some real good ideas which we should all proud of, you know. So I wish you all the best and let's start coding, let's start innovating. Thank you very much.